Hello YouTube, I'm Dragon of Oz, that's Ruggerack, this is Snowrunner, and we are going to be doing this, what's this contest called? Shipwreck. Right, so two service parts each, out here, down here, along this road here, straight through the mud and water down here. We cut through around this and then struggle down to Shipwreck down here. So it should be interesting to see how this goes, but yeah. So I'm ready when you are, mate.
Alright. So.
Yep.
The high gear we go, and just Sunday drive. Spare service parts.
We haven't reset the map since our last contest, not that it matters because
It's
it's a short section. Yeah.
This is the sort of Sunday drive that gets your kids to swear off Sunday drives. This contest is a bit tricky. You think you got plenty of time, and then you hit the end mud.
Yep. Like 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
It's quite havoc as well. Havoc that slept the muds of war.
Are you alright?
Yeah. I'm just overacting.
It's a bit ticky around here. Just watch yourself. It shouldn't be a problem to the Taiga, but
You get through Taiga-sized holes at the moment.
sorry. It'll get worse, I promise.
Do it.
Just take it nice and slow, not to trash the place up any more than I need to. I've got a decent amount of time, so I'll just put them to low and just take it nice and slow. Should be able to get there. It's actually not bad. Don't really need the... Not as bad as I thought it'd be.
448, yep. You can also get back into high gear back near where this rock is.
Ah, yeah. I just don't want to tear it up too much. If we're making forward progress, there's plenty of time.
Yeah, but if you can see my mud tracks there. So I pulled up closer to that rock and found solid ground sooner.
Yeah, yep.
I reckon this one's going to be liberal use of the reset mud.
Yeah, we'll reset the mud when we get back. We won't need to take the harder to pull us through. Just need to. If I'm going first, I just need to chuck it in the low so I don't tear the mud up and as long as you keep moving forward, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
No, that's the wrong way. Wrong way.
Yeah.
It's
You
so
sure?
easy just to... Yeah, absolutely. It's just so easy to get absent-mindedly just go down a different track and get completely lost.
Didn't seem to mind low plus through there.
Yeah, that's what I've changed to when I came through here before. It's a bit torn up now. Not liking that too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up having to go low rather than low plus. I had it in high when I initially hit it and I was just spinning the wheels, I was barely moving, so...
They're finally out. After going through 2 Taiga ruts.
Yep. Yep. Ah!
Did you find yourself a tree stump?
Oh. Something in the middle of the road. Damage on my right side, my left side would have been where any tree stumps were, but that wasn't what took damage.
This is sort of where the game is actually at its prettiest. Driving around at night with headlights on.
We're complaining about how bright shit is when it starts reflecting. That's actually not too far from the truth.
Yeah, I know. If you're driving around with your high beams on.
The light bars that I've had on my vehicles, yeah, they reflect
I mean
a
in
lot
real
of
life.
light. That's what I'm saying.
As well, yeah. all the roadside and suddenly become a sea of white.
Yep. Yeah, my light bar that I had in my Prado and my bodies that I had on my Ranger, yeah, both were very bright in their own right. So, you remember to unpack your car? Oh no, it's probably a good thing we didn't unpack actually.
No, I left them packed so that we could, so that it's safer.
Yeah. Because we've seen what happens when you leave cargo unattended.
Yeah. I shall go and unpack the cargo. Okay, you've done both of them now.
I mean, I was here, I might as well. Best.
Come on, stop toying with me. There's something. Are you transporting a black hole or something?
That before we went and did the next competition. I don't think that had the fuel again.
Yep, better fuel. And then we go back to the corner there and reset the map. Safety.
Okay, so
Let me get over there.
Yep. So jump in the on the way back. Jump into the. I'll go get the GMC from the other map, and you jump into the garage. Then jump over to the Dan and bring that down. Might as well bring repair points.
All right. Alright, are you out?
Yep.
Dan. Hi, Dan.
Unfortunately, the Dan can't have the maintenance add-on, otherwise I would have put that on it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a...
Haven't bulk.
Dan is really a strange truck in terms of what add-ons it can take. It's got such a long bed, but it can't take much.
Yep. Given how decent it is at logging, I'm wondering if it's not a case of that's what they intended it for. In fact, in real life, that's probably what that was used for.
It also makes a really good crane truck instead of the step.
I've just I'm an idiot. I've just realised there's fuel there. We don't need the GMC.
No.
So I'll put this back in the garage. But we do want repair points there anyway. And once we're done recording, I can bring the Dan and the Tarverine back in one trip anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
The one thing that Dan's got going for it is that it's got a very flexible chassis and suspension, which means it can handle its long body.
It's got, doesn't it come with active suspension later?
Later, yeah. Almost crashed into the loading bay.
Yeah, I got no fuel or repair points on that Tartar. So. I'm going to get this trailer out of our way. Ow. Trailer said no, 2 points of damage, thank you very much. Oh, you filled up recently, Roger?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yep. That would be why I didn't bother. Yeah, I didn't even look to see if we had for fuel before we left. So thankfully, I had more than enough, especially considering there's fuel at the service point. Eh?
Here we come. Here we go.
Here we come to fuel the day. Daytime. Nighttime. Just pull up next to that shed there. Close enough we can repair both.
I was just going to repair you. Repair you is where you are now, and then...
Yep.
I can pull up.
Yeah, I think the Dan is also, I think it can do water when we need it later.
Yeah, I think it can as well.
Pretty sure it comes with a fire tanker. Fire truck tanker.
It's got a crane and body attachment, but I don't know what the devs were thinking on that. Such a big truck with such a little capacity there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, mind you, that one with the crane and cargo, the combo, that's a one slot cargo, but it also has like 300 points of repair points.
It's such a weird combination. Alright, we're ready to smash ourselves against the...
Might as well put up the waypoints again.
Right, just quick ones this time. One. Drive. 2. 4. 5.
I like these contests for the challenge, and I do like that there's only limited attempts of them.
Yeah, otherwise, what's the point of hard mode? You want to go first? Get the fresh mud?
Yep. Alright, mate. Let's go.
You smashed me.
Did I do any damage?
1 point.
Oh, did I? It didn't show on mine.
Yeah. Post must get like a small speed advantage or something.
I was in auto. I wasn't in high.
Ah, okay. Fair.
Yep. I generally only drop it into high when where there's mud. Oh, look at that. That was smooth. I went from high straight into low plus and it didn't bitch at me at all. Did it leave you in a
No, I switched to low
but
plus.
you had a pretty clean run as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can switch back to high. Oh, there was a tree there that I bounced off. Mud pit here. Switch back to high.
4 minutes exactly. That's not too bad.
Let's see if I can get through your mud track. Low, grab a winch. A helping winch.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I did right there, without the winching. Once your front wheels pop into high.
I think you tore it up a little bit.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, 430.
About 4:30, 4:45. So yeah, I started to stop and it's sort of like got to change to low to keep progress, but
Yep.
there we go. Still plenty of time.
Yep. But yeah, definitely want to reset the mud after each run. You can see even just with the two of us, it's already tearing shit up.
Just tear it up extra for you. Have fun. No, you go into the mud. No, but the Tiger doesn't really have too much of a problem there. I might have been trying in a different truck maybe. Or not as knowledgeable about switching gears.
Yeah. Well, between clutch pumping and high gear on this, yeah, it's a lot easier. Like I said, I generally only switch into high gear when I'm looking at mud. You keep it in auto. Yeah, dove into that ditch. Keep it in auto. And you can pretty much guesstimate roughly when it wants to drop down to first.
Yeah.
And that's when you switch to high. You feel it once you get used to clutch pumping everywhere.
Low plus. Squeeze around the corner here.
even the Tiger's starting to notice it on the way back. Yeah, so Roadcraft, they're already working on a hard mode for it, and
That's good.
it needs it,
Yeah,
because
with fuel and stuff.
yeah, fuel for sure. They can't do damage. I'm pretty sure they can't. They've said they can't do damage because it would break the engine, the game engine that they're using. But yeah, it definitely needs it because I've already fallen for the trap going, oh, I'll just recover my vehicle over to that garage because it's across the map where I need to get to anyway. So yeah. And as soon as I caught myself doing it, I'm like, that's what I hate about the free recovery options, you know. Having said that, there is a vehicle that you can use as a recovery point, but it costs you fuel to get there. Like, fuels are tokens. Think of them as actual tokens, like yeah, I'm on the right track. All right. So which you can earn through doing missions and the like. So I don't mind that. The fact that they made the token actually be fuel, like jerry cans, think jerry cans, would actually mean that one, they're a limited supply, but also two, it is technically, you're not saving fuel by travelling across the map like that. Like, so, of course, in their normal mode, there is no fuel costs anyway, so it's kind of a mute point. But you know, when we're talking one or the other, I just, yeah, it's all part of the challenge of having to drive there and back, and you go out of your way to do something and then have to get the vehicle back. Like, that's why it was part of the house rule in this, rather than using recover to just save yourself a few minutes, you know. Well,
recover's expensive in hard mode anyway, so.
But and that's right. And that's why I'm glad they added it into a hard mode. Because yes, I mean, I was doing it and hated myself for doing it even.
Forgetting how to crane.
That should be me out of.
Close enough.
Now I might have to reverse up. Actually, you might be outside of your reach. As long as you dump it on, yeah, you're good. Yep.
Just throw it on. I've got it. Fire pack. Fire pack.
Yeah, I had to get out of the windows I was in. I went from the cargo management window to the up direction menu. Sorry, to the down direction menu, which was profile. I was like, oh, wrong button.
Fuel?
I got 200 litres, we're good.
Yeah, I got enough for one more run.
Actually, honestly, this one and the last one we did, they're not bad. They're oh yeah, we're going to reset the map. Like, they're not technically difficult.
Well, they're not difficult if you're experienced.
Yeah. That one we did on Drowned Lands, throwing ourselves off the rocks that yeah.
That can be a little bit.
It was it was iffy, but it was also intended to be a lot harder if you weren't prepared to just throw yourself off the. Did you?
Why do our trucks have exactly the same amount of fuel in them? Why? Right, that's yours. That's mine. So you were out, weren't you? Yep, yep.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
I did. Oh, there we go. Now you can get back into it.
After you.
It's hilarious how the truck just sunk when you got into it.
Yep.
Oh, this is a lot more violent in auto.
Another thing that makes a lot of difference too is pretty much always trying to make sure you keep one set of wheels out of the one side of the wheels out of the mud. The difference in being able to maintain your speed, whether you're in high or not. Wow!
I had something break over there.
Yeah, I found whatever it was that caused me damage the last time we come through. Following you and trusting that it's the right way.
I'm hoping I'm going the right way. I'm sort of going full send here, and
speaking of full,
you're right.
Yep, broke a tyre, just about destroyed my suspension.
You don't need tyres for mud.
Definitely need suspension, though.
As long as you got some.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got like a third of my suspension left. All in one hit, by the way. But a couple of minor points. There was a 90 that splashed up on the screen. Hit something. Tell which tyre busted with these Tega tyres. Through the tyre, go onto the side.
Ooh. Four minutes and 9 seconds. What'd you get?
Haven't yet.
On the last run, when you had the fresh mud.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did well, man. Just knock that on the side. Since we can't, not allowed to use it, but don't have to care about it.
Yep.
No, didn't go any faster, going to low plus.
I'm not in. I'm still in automatic. Yeah. So yeah. Well, that's
Extra
why I was
tearing.
Yeah. It is faster to use automatic if you maintain
If you're
your
in fresh
speed.
mud.
No,
Yeah.
if you maintain your speed so you're not throwing
Yep.
mud, it's faster.
Go into that mud bit. Got manual dual clutch transmission.
Having a busted tyre is definitely making sure it cut up the mud just that little extra. Yeah, something along here did some damage to me. Yeah, it might be that rock right there.
And then lazy, sticking it in high gear. Pull the trip back.
Yeah, often if you clutch bump, you can go from fourth. When it starts slowing down, you can clutch bump back into third or second and maintain your speed that way as well. If you can get it to pop into third, you're still faster than being in high gear alone.
Yeah.
Because high gear is
High gear's
equivalent.
like 2.5 or something.
Yeah.
At least for the off-road gearbox.
Yes. Nice. Just short shifted from first to third with the clutch pump.
Oh yeah. Come on, Greg. We've got a little bit of work to do.
Yep, wrong truck. You need repair points yourself?
No, I don't need to repair. I'll do fuel. That's all I need. Don't fall out. Get back in there.
Change into your truck. Well,
Give it a knock, did ya?
no, I meant to hit the loading zone thing up.
You know, the black hole that you're carrying around is behaving weirdly.
Yep.
I'll try to spawn another one, but I press no so we don't destroy it. Can't afford to destroy any of these. Nearest one's about 20 minutes away.
Yep, I'm glad it actually asks if you want to destroy it since it's limited commodity.
Yeah. Alright, stop engine. I just like leaving the crane half deployed.
Yep. Oh.
Looks cool as you come up to it.
I was going to reverse in, grab fuel, drive forward, but then I got to reverse, get turned around, so it's just as easy to reverse into this point. We got 2 more attempts.
And we've got to reset mud.
Yep.
It won't be fun if we don't.
Alright mate, you're good to go.
Quarry into... Not into some random fleet star. I think that one's it. No, did you end up going to the right one?
Yep.
Alright, cool. What the?
What?
Those 2 trailers that we can't use, but are loose items.
Yep.
Just started flying everywhere.
Nice. Yep.
Alright, you can go first this time.
Yep. Oops.
Touch pump my way to low.
No, that'll do it.
That'd be hilarious. Get the highway gearbox and do this.
Wow.
Have a little bit more trouble.
I've taken a lot more damage on this run than I have in like the past 3.
Oh, well, just stick it in high and enjoy the ride, I guess. I'll meet you there.
I mean, it wasn't a lot of damage, but it was still more damage than both other runs. Well, considering I took 90 points and one damage number from the last run, maybe not. Maybe that statement's a little superfluous. That's the one.
Something like that.
Last run I was trusting you to choose the correct way, now I've got to trust myself to choose the correct way. Good thing I slowed down then. Threw it in auto just for a little bit of a speed boost and just about launched myself off the hill I was sitting on. Feel like I cut that up a little extra, so
Extra 40? Awesome.
yeah, that section right there.
I'll chill and just chuck it in the low and go for a bit of that.
Still, 359.
Good. I've got 3 minutes. As long as I keep making progress forward. Hurry up!
Make it a quick 3 minutes. But still, how did you lose 30 seconds?
I was in high for a lot of the time.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Plus I didn't get a good run with the auto parts that I did.
Yep.
I'm gonna go wash my wheels in the ocean. When the ocean's quicker than the land. Well, that was good enough.
Right, the dismount from the
I
ocean.
came up at a terrible point, I think.
Yep.
I just destroyed some of the last remaining vegetation.
I have to say, I have really enjoyed this one. I like this one.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes. All these contests have been fairly good.
Yeah.
The fuel delivery is maybe a little bit too much of a gimme.
Well, it's not the only one like that, though. But, you know, I mean, like, it's also nice to have one that isn't necessarily just hard for the sake of being hard.
Yeah.
Like, so, I guess just in the natural order of following the contests across the map, we've just ended up with 2 reasonably easy ones back to back.
Well, the one to take the trailer up the hill is not easy,
Yeah.
but that's only in single player.
Yep. That's that on. Zimnagorsk or this one?
This map, the quarry.
Yep.
Then there's the crazy one in the rift for the Tartarans,
Yeah.
and the delivery quest in Zimnagorsk to do. They put a lot of contests into this set of maps.
Up on the wrong... No, I didn't. Felt like I ended up on the wrong road. I was like... saying that it was probably been foggy and raining, so I hadn't seen the oil rig set up down there, and I'm like, huh, I'm on the wrong area, I'm sure of it.
I personally like these non-snow maps more than the snow maps in terms of beauty.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Alaska, but yeah, no, as you said, for beauty, for a map being pretty, they really did a good job with this map. Can't go there. Bad. One thing I don't like about the this crane is the camera that it chooses.
And that's it for this spawn point.
Truck you jumped into.
I'm mine.
Yeah,
I was
know.
in yours, so I can spawn stuff, but
yeah, the multiplayer shenanigans stuff. Top box.
Right, stop the engine, move to another map.
Head up. Good.
If you want to go first, you can again, but you got to seem to be in the way. Let me move across a little bit. Alright, off we go.
That sounded violent.
Ow. It was. Feels like you tore it up a little bit coming through. Not too bad.
I mean, it felt like it was pretty much standard stuff. So I might have slid into the mud section just that little bit right at the right as I changed into low
Yep.
plus, yeah. Might have been just enough for you to start digging in and have to dig your way through.
I hit the hill so wrong that I ended up going to reverse on
Nice.
my clutch pump.
Yep. Still hilarious that you can do that, because that would absolutely destroy your gearbox. But yeah, in real life, oh, this is a terrible run for this one. See what that time was, a 3:53-ish.
Alright. I'll be a bit slow.
Well, that's pretty much an hour on the nose, so just about an hour and 1 minute.
Yeah, but I stopped just before the cargo. 4:23. Ah, well. Fine. Bringing home the bacon, it's all good.
Yep.
Now we're going to abandon our trucks here because
Yeah. There you go. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Dragon of Oz, that's Rugrack, this is Snowrunner, and we'll see you in the next video. See us even. Ha!